Hello, this is Callie from Road Pursuit. Today we are making, for our boho series, we are making a macrame, mini macrame hoop. So I will go ahead and get started and you can see how we do this. So this is actually a pretty easy project, and what's nice about it fitting into the junk journal is that it's totally flat. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm using a hoop earring, and I picked one that has the snap clasp, so it just kind of snaps in there. So eventually I'm gonna attach it to this piece of crocheted lace at the top of my page, and it'll hang down. But it's quite simple. So you take little strips of yarn, and this is just a basic bit of yarn, and then you want to go ahead and put the loop on the inside and around the back, and then come around with your bottom pieces through here. I think make sure, oh, that was backwards every time. Okay, try that again. Just sorry. Okay, so you want to put the hoop in the front, and then these bottom parts come around like so, and then you get that neat little tie in the front, so it's all very consistent there. So again, you take a piece, and I cut this yarn a lot longer than I needed, so, and then I'll just trim it when I'm ready, and I've decided that I have enough pieces of yarn on there. Oops. Front, back, and yeah, I mean, you really don't need, I thought this would be a lot more tedious, but this actually goes pretty fast. Put it on the front, bring it around the back, pull it through, and then pull it tight. And then you just keep kind of pulling that tight, and it has a nice even edge to it. Put it over the top, bring it around the back. Okay. Let's see. And then I also have a smaller earring that I was gonna try with some thinner yarn. So what did I do with that yarn? Oh yes. So I've got this yarn as well, so you can kind of see the difference in the strings, and you can, use multiple colors together for the string. And then I just had a little bit smaller of a hoop, so that we will probably do. Okay, so let's keep going with the yarn, and that one's a little short. Okay, let's come around here, and there we go. Yeah, I never quite know how much to put on there. I think maybe 2 more would probably work. So we're doing it just so it bows just a little bit out at the side, and then we want to get those. Now this is the part I haven't done before, and I'm not entirely sure which way to go, but I'm thinking, so I am going to add some beads to this, some wooden beads, and I think I'm going to go with brown this time. I'm going to go with kind of a a neutral palette. So I'm just gonna pick some random strings, and hopefully this yarn goes through here, because I didn't really think that through very well. Otherwise we might not be doing beads. Huh. It's like this happened last time, and I just had a needle that I was using for something. Oh, I know, I used my paper clip last time. So let's try the paper clip trick again. So this one is about 3 strings in, out there. Whoop. And we'll just take our large paper clip, and that will help us feed that yarn through. Okay. Stays on there pretty good. Just gonna give it a little knot to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. I've got some square, but maybe I'll just use, so I'm folding the yarn in half and putting it above the hole. And then I'm taking my paper clip tip and then just kind of pushing it through there. That works pretty good. Okay. So I could do this one a little lower. Maybe I'll just do like 3 beads. Probably be fine. Ooh. Although the beads kind of take up a little bit more room on the page, so the page will be a little bit bulky. So if you don't want the beads, I guess you wouldn't have to put them on there. You could do more colorful yarn designs. Okay, so we're just gonna do that again. We're gonna fold it over the hole, and then push that yarn right through the hole. 3 for 3. Yay. Okay. And so this one, I'm just going to put that knot a little bit higher again, so it'll be a little bit of a symmetrical kind of a deal there with my beads. There we go. And now, this is kind of a fun part. So you get it totally straight how you want it. And then I'm just gonna place my crochet here and my hook, and then you can just kind of see where everything lays, and then you can just decide how you're gonna trim everything. You can kind of do it at an angle. That's what a lot of people do. So basically, I'm gonna do that angle a little bit here and a little bit there. Okay. All right. Okay, put all my beads away. Not rolling all around the table. All right. So I'm gonna get out my glue for the top end. Glue this part on there. Whoop. When I'm doing these pages, I'm leaving that gap for my spine. And then also, the thing that I didn't really think about, but I'm thinking about now, is if you want to you can find a way to sort of wrap this around, and then it looks more uniform. So it's not just a gold on there. It's the actual yarn covering it. So and I just want to make sure that's how I want it to look before I glue it on completely. And okay, so let me just get this. What did I do? Okay, there we are. So then it looks more like that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it look like that, because that is much better. Okay, so, and I'm gonna rely on my glue for this. So put my glue on there. And I know that I have enough to go around. So what I'm gonna do is glue this. Oh, I don't wanna get my other ones. So I got that glue under and I'm wrapping it around. And then I basically wanna trim it so it ends on the back side. And I'm gonna cut it really close to the end there and then hold it steady on there for a minute so it stays put. Roll this all down a little better. Hook it around a little bit. Okay. Make sure I got my things centered. It's kind of futzy job. Okay, now I'm going to retighten it. Get that on there. And now I'm going to apply another bit of glue along this. So basically all along there. And then I'm just going to wrap it again. Hopefully I have enough to go to the end. Okay. Oh, pulled up my, might have to add a little bit of glue to these so they stay put. Okay. So now to get that yarn to stay, I'm just going to add a big glob of glue and then wrap that right around there and hold it for a sec. This glue works really well for this fabric glue. Okay, so now there we go. Make sure these are all where I want them again. Show you how it's looking so far. Get my hoop up and out of the way. Okay. So now I need another piece of yarn to go back around. So this time we're going to glue the whole way. Get that started, which is always fun. using that hoop hole, that gap there for my advantage, as an advantage. Oh, I just lost my advantage. Okay. I don't really need it, but so it turns out the knots on the bottom, those are the easy part. This part gets a little tricky. Okay. Now, my glue in place. You get out of the way. And I'm gonna get a little bit more glue on there as I go around here. I'm going to leave that clasp totally open and then just let it sit a second. Hold it kind of tight. Okay. And then I'm just going to snip this right off. And then that little piece is hanging. I'm gonna put a lot of glue right on there and then just wrap it around. Okay. All right, and then I'm also gonna do that at this end spot. So we're gonna glue under and over, but it dries well, so you can't tell. But you do have to hold it there for a little while. That's gonna be important so that it stays in place. And once the glue is in place, then your dangles down here won't be moving around. Now I'm thinking maybe with yarn you knot all the ends. I'm thinking I should have done that. I put a little more glue on this spot right here. And then I'll just hold it there for a second. Okay. So you may want to add knots down at the end because that yarn kind of unravels a little bit. I don't know if you want to watch me do all these, but that's what's gonna happen real quick. I think. Well, let me attach it here, and I'll just postpone that part. So I'm taking the earring and I'm sliding it through and under the crochet, and then just hooking that clasp, and then ta-da! Look at, we have a little macrame page. How cute is that? So I think that's pretty original looking thing. So all right, I like this. This is pretty cute, and you can, you know, use different beads. You can use lots of different types of yarn. You could use embroidery floss. You could do neutrals, or you can do bold colors, so, and anything else in between. So all right, well, I hope you found this helpful. I will have a final pic of it with the knots, and yeah, thanks for coming along, and talk to you later. Here it is with the end knots tied. All right, hope you like it.